Hi everyone. I hope this video is recording. So I would be making a video on how to make a virtual machine, a Windows Server based virtual machine, and how to do vertical scaling, as scaling up the uh, machine which we have created. Okay. So as per the Azure documentation, uh, so uh, before starting what is virtual machine and all. If you want to know what is DevOps and other stuff, I would recommend you to check these videos of Abhishek. He has, has done a brilliant job in what is DevOps and how to use DevOps by using Kubernetes Ansible. Mainly, he concentrated on AWS. Maybe he would make videos with the Azure as well. So the prime motto, I mean, the prime, why I'm doing these videos is for self-learning as well as I have to, if I give to community, again, community might give me back at some point. But these videos, I don't know if these will be available on YouTube or not. Uh, Maybe I would delete as soon as I get acquire more knowledge because I'm making this. This is for just for beginners, complete beginners, and I'm also a beginner. Okay. So I'm making a resource group first. So I'm not mentioning about what is DevOps and how and all. You go to Abhishek channel. He has explained pretty well. I personally cannot match to that level. So rest of time for me, even I learn from there. So I'm creating a virtual group first because this is my student account. I have a subscription of a student account. But also, if you are working in an organization, you might see different name here, and you might see a couple of more subscriptions because depending upon the experience you have. So I'm creating a resource group. Okay, you can set the region according to your needs. Uh, I think the nearest location you take is better for you to decrease the latency. So these are the values and names which if you want can add. So my resource group has been created. So I would go to virtual machine and create a virtual machine for a Windows based one. So I am selecting the resource group. So I'm making these as um, so if you have a resource group of one location, you might change the region depending upon the requirements. So I'm putting the same location now. So in the image, I'm selecting the Windows Server to the 19. Okay. So after that, here regarding the sizes for the virtual machine, there are many VM sizes available depending upon the requirement you need. You might select one. For me, uh, as for just for explanation, I'm doing this. This side is okay. Select. So the username would be I'm giving same Azure dev. The password should be of 12 characters. Okay. So because this is a Windows based one, I'm selecting this HTTPS RDP. Even I think the Azure also I think it's not showing, but maybe it's also like HTTP or something. So it's just asking that whether you are making this a car virtual machine through Windows certified, or you have a licensed version of Windows for creating this virtual machine. Just say yes, and then you have to do these all these things, which is I'm leaving it as default as of now. So when you create a uh, virtual Windows server based virtual machine, you get within that machine you'll get added OS disk. Okay, so I'm just saying yes. I'm not adding any external data disk for this. So I will show in the video. So it just deploying the virtual machine now. So my virtual machine has been deployed. Uh, so after that, fine. So you can see the size of the virtual machine which I have selected from this overview, and I'm just trying to connect to the virtual machine now by using RDP. Here RDP, we use RDP for connecting the Windows-based virtual machine, and SSS is Linux-based, password-based. Connect, and then I have to enter the username and password. Suppose there is an already username and password available, you just have to click add different user. So because I have used this, I can see I can use this the name of the definition from here. The password would be the same which I have shared. So my virtual machine has started, but the thing is that uh, I have so the business scale. If you are working in a company, you get a requirement that your hard disk or C drive or uh, suppose you are using this machine. Okay, we have deployed, the client is using for about 5 years now, and you want to add one hard disk for that. Like, you want to add a hard disk because we have opted for higher end. We might get this machine usually, is faster than what the machine you are using. Like even the laptop might be slow, but if you are, because this if your laptop has less configuration than the configuration which you have configured in the virtual machine, then this machine would be a little faster. Okay, so when I see here there is no data disk added for this. So let us add a data disk, or else what we can do is there would be a requirement that your what we call the 16 GB RAM should be 32 GB RAM. The 2 core processor should be a 4 core processor should be 8 core processor. So we will do these two things. So whenever you want to make any changes, then you have to disconnect and just stop the virtual machine. Yes, I stop the virtual machine now. So I'm just increasing the size of the virtual machine now. Uh, let's see whether it stopped or not. So the last time, which the processor which I used was from B series, and it was like 4 GB, 4 core, 16 GB RAM. That was like I want to increase to 8 GB and 8 core processor and 32 GB RAM. So for that, I'm selecting B8 NS. It is highly recommend that if your series is you have previous machine from B series, it is highly recommend to use B8 from the same series. Let me refresh. I don't know where the series has gone. Doesn't show for me. So let us search. So you can see that this is what I have. Yeah, it goes save like, yeah, because maybe I'm not getting that. So if you select the same series, and if it is at 8 GB and 32, you just resize that. That's it. This is how it works for resizing. I don't know why. Maybe they are limited because I'm from student account. I'm not sure. Okay, so still I'm not able to see that. Maybe someone in the comments could help me. Okay, so that is what the that is the way of increasing the size of the virtual machine, and then if you want to increase the disk space, uh, I want to add one more hard disk, data disk for this. Like new disk I want to add. Like if I select one, by default it is 0. I'm just naming it as new data disk, right? This one. Um, I'm leaving it to premium SSD. This is the best standard is recommended to have. And that's that amount of hard disk. I mean, like it's recommended as per the industry standard. We use premium one. So I'm using the size would be like I'm using a 200 GB. I want to have a data disk. So I'm using the platform managed key, which is like adding some encryption or security I would get. So my hard disk should be read and write and save. So in case if I want to increase the C drive, C drive in the memory, how did we go to the OS disk and select this, the name of the OS disk. And here, uh, what I can see is there is option. Okay, so by default, I'm getting like 128 GB. So I want to increase it to 256 GB, right? So I'm selecting this is OS disk, not a data disk, not an external disk. Okay, I clicked on save. I've done two changes, and these changes are regular enough for working as you DevOps. You will be doing these two things quite often. Okay, right. I have increased the size of the data OS disk and I have added one new data disk. Okay, so let us go into the virtual machine. Let's log in. Start the virtual machine and then connect to the virtual machine to RDP. So in case if you are adding some more another machine, you can click on more choices and then use a different account. But as of now, just using the same account. So Fine. So server manager has opened up, but I can see there are two issues, right? Let us look after them. So in this case, when I go to the PC, even though I have added one hard disk, data disk, it is not showing me. So what I would do is go to the server manager, file and storage, and disks. So so you can see that there is a disk which is added. That is partition is unknown. So I will click on the right. I will do a right click and initialize it. Yes, I want to initialize it. Right. After initializing that, new volume, and then new volume visual will be open. I just have to click the partition. So this is the partition which I am adding. You can add like 100 GB at once and then GB later. I'm just now because this is, you know, I'm just adding the whole GB. So just select the drive which you want to add. So the file base is NTFS. Create. Okay, it's done. So I can see that a volume has been added. That is data disk, but the C drive and the OS disk from 128 GB has not increased to 256 GB. Okay, so in this case, what I will do is go to the search and just type disk disk GMT management. What is it? So I can see that there is a blue black colored unlocated OS disk has been added, but it is not properly allocated. So I'll click here, extend volume, next, finish. That's it. Okay, fine. Let's go and see whether it is added or not. Yeah, so I'm almost like 56 GB. OS is also has been added. Yeah. So this is how vertical scaling and scale up is done. Uh, okay, let us disconnect this because I'm using a student account. Uh, this is not the this is not the work which I'm doing for a company. What I will do is now go to home, resource group, and delete the resource group. I'm deleting the resource group because I don't want any additional charges. Just copy this and force delete. I think I have to stop. Deleted. So I'm deleting this resource groups, but um, the virtual disk should not be active. Done. So this is how we do vertical scaling. This is day one. And if you want to know when we create an virtual machine, if you want to know these things like what is what is days, what is networking and all, please let me know. I can make one video. But this is just day one. I might not create continuous series like daily video, but I would try to do that. As I'm on student visa, student here, I don't get time, and I'm just searching for jobs. So now takes some time to do all these things. Okay.